What's going on? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And other thing is there are 50% off resets on Apex. Okay, I don't know. I don't really typically do the resets, but make sure you're using the code in the description if you want a funded account. Just think it's really good to practice on. So yeah, click that link and like and subscribe. Leave a comment and yeah, all that good stuff. All right, let's get started. So in this video today, by the way, right now I'm doing some live analysis. I think we're going to run for these equal highs at the moment. I think we're going to make a run for those. So, all right, anyways, today's video is going to be going over higher time frame analysis, okay? And I've done a few videos on this in the past, okay? And I just think it's higher time frame analysis is what helps me know where price is going in the smaller time frame. So a lot of people, they see I make all these scalps, but I would not be able to make all these 15-minute, like I would not be able to make all these scalps and stuff if I didn't know where the higher time frame is going, okay? And the higher time frame is just, it's so important to know, okay? So if you didn't watch my top-down analysis video, okay, the first thing I do is always check the weekly, okay? And this is the thing that I tell people you have to really understand, right? On the weekly chart, imagine if this was a 1 minute candle. Imagine if this was a 1 minute, right? Or I'll go to ES to do a better example. Okay, imagine if this was the 1 minute chart, okay? If this was a 1 minute chart, what do you see? I see two things. I see us holding a fair value gap here, and I see us violating this smaller fair value gap right here, like it's a tiny fair value gap, but we violate it, okay? And which tells me what? Which tells me direction, and momentum tells me we're going to this high. Okay, and also there's a volume imbalance over here on ES1, which doesn't look as clean right now, but that's what this tells me. So if this was a 1 minute chart, right? Imagine if this is a 1 minute chart. Okay, where would the next 1 minute candle go? Or where do you expect it to go? Well, I'd expect it to do something like this, right? I'm not sure how far we're going to wick down, but I expect some sort of wick down here. So let's just draw this out. So I'd expect it to do something like this. Oops. So let's say it's like this. Okay, but this is not the 1 minute chart. This is the weekly chart. So, being that this is the weekly chart, I know from a weekly perspective, if this is a 1 minute, okay, I'd expect the next candle to be green here. Like, I know that from the weekly chart. So now you have to take that into account, and then when you're trading on the 5 minute, you just have to realize, okay, this candle, what do I expect the next candle to be here? Probably green. Why? Because we just have low resistance liquidity forming, so I'd probably expect an up move here. Okay. Now I'm not doing a live analysis, right? That might not happen, but if I had to take a guess, that's what I would guess. Okay, like a gun to my head guess. But same thing on this, right? On the weekly time frame, right? It's just like the weekly time frame. This is the 5 minute time frame. If I'm expecting this next candle to be up, right? If I go to the 15 minute and I expect this next candle to be up, imagine this from a 1 minute time frame, right? That means if we were to get a nice 1 minute candle up, that means what? The candle should be bullish. So if I'm expecting a bullish candle within a 15 minute time frame, if I'm expecting bullish move within the weekly time frame, well then that means what? The long setups in the 15 minute, the 5 minute, they're probably going to work out a lot better. So in this example, what do you see? I expect the next candle to be up. Okay, this is the 5 minute time frame. This is my higher time frame analysis according to the one. Well then now that I'm expecting this candle to be up, I'm going to look for an entry, right? And you even saw me say, like I said, I'm expecting the next candle to be green. Well, we are kind of right here. So while we're right here, I'm going to go down to the 1 minute, look for an entry. Okay, do I see the entry? Yes, I do. Right here. Okay, I'm expecting the next 5 minute candle to be green. So going to the 1 minute, right, I look for the fair value gap entry. Okay, what happens? Right, we bounce out of it and we take out these equal highs. Right, same kind of analysis we would have to do with the higher time frame. Right, just like on a 1 minute chart. Right, imagine if this is a 1 minute chart. Right, it's the same kind of thing. Okay, and it's so important to understand that you have to treat them like time is fractal. Right, you have to treat it. Honestly, if this was a 1 minute chart, would you long here? Probably not. I'd probably wait for like a retracement right here, then long. Okay, will we get that? I'm not sure. Again, if we get it, I'll react to live time. But you have to imagine it's still like the same thing, right? It's still lower time frame, it's still like a lower time frame chart. The 1 minute, the 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 4 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 69 minute, the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, right? They're all gonna tell you the same thing, but on different fractals. Okay, they're gonna tell you how fast the move comes, right? If maybe I'm expecting a bearish move here down to like 4-1-10 or something on like the 4 hour. Okay, what does that mean? That means you go to lower time frame, see if you get any sort of 15-minute short setup, right? And if you're expecting red candle in the 15-minute, well then how do you enter? That means you go to the 5 minute or 1 minute and you see, okay, do we get any 3 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute fair value gaps to enter off of? And then you look for an entry. Okay, so it's, you just gotta imagine, the key thing is you gotta imagine like the daily charts to 1 minute. Okay, but except for the 1 minute, this is where you're entering. Okay, the 1 minute is where you enter. The daily chart is not really a good entry chart because there's just so much more risk. I'd rather enter in a lower time frame, but the daily, it's still kind of the same idea. Right, because we got such a big move on Friday, right? Because if you're watching the 1 minute, because this is such a big candle on the 1 minute, right? Let's pretend this is the 1 minute. Am I really expecting this next candle to be big? Probably not. And knowing it's a Monday, which is also another important thing to understand. Knowing it's a Monday, right? We know it's consolidation day, so today might as well be an inside day. Knowing it's a Monday as well, right? I'm not expecting the next candle to be too powerful, but maybe the candle tomorrow or maybe the candle after that I would. Okay, and then you just got to think of it from the higher time frame perspective. Okay, you should be doing just like how you look for entries in the 1 minute. Yours, like in analyzing the 1 minute, like maybe you make predictions in 1 minute. Maybe you predict something like this, right? It's the same thing on the daily, weekly, every single time frame. Okay, people don't realize that. Okay, it's the same exact thing. And if I was doing analysis on like the daily, right, I'd probably expect maybe fair value gap to be formed here and then something like this. Okay, and using this analysis in the higher time frame, okay, using the analysis in the higher time frame, that just, it allows me to play the setup in the direction which I think the higher time frame is going to go. Okay, so if this was a 1 minute, would you long this fair value gap? Right, probably, right? If this was the weekly, would you have long this fair value gap? Well, yeah. We got nice momentum violating a bearish PD array, so I would have long this fair value gap. The only difference is this is the weekly, so it just takes longer to play out. So if you really want to get good at higher time frame analysis, imagine it like it's the 1 minute and like if you were entering in the 1 minute. Okay, that's my #1 tip for that. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, pretend like this is the 1 minute time frame, pretend like this is the lower time frame. Maybe you enter on and try to do your bias and from that perspective rather than, okay, this is the weekly. Mentally and physically, and just not different from the 1 minute, right? You should not be having a different analysis than weekly that you would have in the 1 minute, because no matter what time frame you're on, if charts were like this on the 1 minute, I'd have the same analysis. If we went to the 1 minute and the weekly and this formation was on the 1 minute, I'd have the same analysis, right? So you got to take that all into account. Okay, so I did talk a little fast this video. Again, you should probably rewatch it at least once or twice. Or slow it down. Again, if you don't slow my videos down, I think you should do that. Like, slow it down to 0.5 or 0.75 speed, and I talk really fast, I know. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in my Discord. And other than that, peace out.